going on, everybody? Welcome to the RBS Cinema Podcast.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
This is Sparta! I'm thinking I'm back.
Why so serious?
Avengers!
Assemble. I'm Batman.
You better lawyer up, asshole. Because I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for everything.
I'll be back. You shall not pass!
RBS.
Lovely.
What is up, everybody? I'm excited for the movie that we're talking about
excited,
this week.
can you tell?
Because we're talking about John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. And I'm your host, Devin. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jack.
I'm still Jack.
And, oh my God, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm thinking we're back to talk about John Wick, okay?
Yeah,
I'm thinking we're back.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm back.
So, it's been forever since we talked about John Wick, because I can't remember if you were on that episode for 2 or not.
Good question, because I know we talked about 1.
Yeah.
We talked about 1. No. We did talk about 2. I think because I had to watch John Wick 1 to watch John Wick 2. Because I don't think we did John Wick 1 on the pod. Or maybe I wasn't there for John Wick 1, but I was there for John Wick 2 because I remember that one of my biggest things that I liked about John Wick and the John Wick universe in itself is that they're like apart from the fight choreography, it's always the set design and the spaces in which it is performed in, basically.
Oh yeah.
That the set designers create.
Yeah.
And it's always I think specifically that in an action film it's always more interesting to have an interesting set piece to be able to have the actors fight in.
Yeah.
Rather than just like a generic it's a fighting dojo or it's like outside in like a brightly lit street, you know. So
I'm sorry, on my computer there's an ad that says for a shirt, my wife beats me. that
goes hard. Look up shirts that go hard.
Which, if I didn't mention this, welcome to RBS Cinema. And this is another episode of the Summer Movie Blockbuster movies, where each week during the summer months of June, July, and August, we are talking about Summer Movie Blockbuster hits. And so from last week's episode of Independence Day, if you guys didn't watch that, at the end of the episode, we spun the wheel and it finally landed on John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum, because for 2 times we were blue-balled and it was by a pube that it was going to be John Wick, but then it turned into Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then after that it was going to be Face Off, and then of course we just generically talked about Independence Day, and here we are finally talking about John Wick Chapter 3.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, when Devin says we, he's actually using the royal we.
Yes.
When in reality, he is the one who really wants to talk about John Wick 3 enough to put it onto the wheel. And part of me was like, I really hope that the wheel just
just keeps going up until it's the last
and then
movie.
John Wick is the last movie, because then I just get to see Devin's reaction every single pod. So
I mean, that would have been hilarious just to go each week with it being that close to it being John Wick, and then it's all like, well, we're saving the best for last, I guess. I want to say thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in, watching, listening, however you guys are doing it on your commute to work. You guys have us on the background. You guys are actually watching it. Regardless, want to thank you guys so much for actually interacting with the show. Leave a like, leave a comment in the comment section below about a movie that you guys want us to talk about, whether it's your favorite, something that you're interested in watching, or, it's a new movie. Let us know. Be sure to share this around with other people that you think might enjoy delightful conversation, especially for those people that really enjoy John Wick just like I do. Maybe Jack does as well. Maybe not as much.
I enjoy John Wick, just not as much as you do.
Yes.
I can make that claim.
Yes. And then also be sure to subscribe to the channel on YouTube and on Spotify, and follow us on our Instagram and on our TikTok. That's where I post clips and other stuff that we're doing on there. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into talk about John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. So bare bones of what the movie is actually about is John Wick is on the run after killing a member of the International Assassins Guild, and with $14 million price tag on his head, he is the target of hitmen and women everywhere.
How to say "and women"?
Yeah, and women.
They could have just said assassins.
Could have just said assassins. Could have been.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It sounds a little bit weird.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, I might sound a little stuffy just because that I'm getting over a sinus infection. I'm at the tail end of it. So.
I mean, you say that, but my eyes have also been really itchy today. I don't know what it is. I think it's just
probably the pollen.
Probably something like the pollen in the air, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe just the debris of fireworks like
getting lit off
in the air, because they were recording this is July 5th.
Yes, day after
day after
4th of July.
Day, yes. Yeah, you forgot what
my mind went blank.
How long were you able to stay up before you sleep took you last night?
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Okay, I managed to get to fall asleep at 11. So
yeah. And it wasn't because of the fireworks. I can sleep through most things
was your
anyway.
sinus infection.
Yeah. Well, not even just that. I just wanted to stay awake, but I was just watching movies. So.
Okay. He was. Were you watching this movie last night, Devin?
No, I watched it today. Just earlier today, this afternoon.
So you had the opportunity to watch it last night.
Yes.
Late.
Yep.
And into the early hours of the morning.
Hey, I thought about it, and then I thought about actually going to bed at 11. Or after I got done watching a movie, I was all like, well, I kind of want to watch a movie right now, but I don't want to watch John Wick because it's over 2 hours. And then I thought about watching the documentary of John Wick, and then that was also a little over 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And I was all like, I'll watch this Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that is less than 2 hours. So then I fell asleep halfway through it.
So what you're telling me is you procrastinated. But to be fair, I did give Devin every opportunity to do that because we delayed the recording of this podcast from
Saturday morning
10 p.m. to 6 p.m. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes, because I had a family thing that happened to me earlier today. So nothing crazy, just a little get together. So
yeah,
couldn't
I did ask a couple people to come in to also be a part of this, but nobody was available. Because I asked Sam, because of course he's a big John Wick fan just like me, but he couldn't do it because he was going out of town for family.
That makes sense.
So
it's 4th of July weekend. So.
Right. And then I asked Kat, and she was also going to hang out with family. So I was all like, okay. So hence the reason why it's just the two of us.
How easily you replace me, Devin?
No, I meant to have them with us.
Oh, okay.
Not just to have you be gone, just to have somebody else here.
Show up and then you're already recording the podcast. Like, Devin, open up.
Come on, we need
bang,
to do this.
Bang, bang, knock, knock, knock. And it's like, oh, Jack,
FBI, open up.
I didn't expect you to be here. I thought you were dead. Yeah. You know? And it's like, yeah, we already recorded the whole podcast
on the streets of New York, nonetheless.
Yeah.
But jumping into the boring stuff, writer, director, stars, all of that fun stuff, boring stuff. So we got coming back director Chad Stahelski. Great guy. Love this guy. And then we got writers Derek Kolstad, Shay Hayton, and Chris Collins. Derek Kolstad, who has written the other two John Wick movies. We have these two who are new to the game, Shay Hayton and Chris Collins. I was just looking this stuff up just now just to see who were the writers for the other two movies, and the only one that was there is Derek Kolstad, who wrote the first and the second one.
Devin was locked in for the research of this film. He wanted to make sure that this pod was airtight.
Well, I wanted to be a little bit more professional because I wanted to actually get down who wrote it, because Chad Stahelski directed all of them, but I wanted to see if it was the same writers and stuff. So I never really do any of that stuff. I just know the director is Chad Stahelski. That's it.
I like how you imply that this is the one time that you're professional, but every other time that you're here for the vibes.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm here for the vibes. I'm still here for the vibes. So going into the cast list, of course, we got Keanu Reeves coming back as John Wick. Ian McShane coming back as Winston. Lawrence Fishburne as the Bowery King. Lance Reddick as Charon. Got a few new people that we haven't seen before. As of us talking about it, Halle Berry as Sophia. Mark Dacascos as Zero, which I didn't even know that was his name. They never really introduced him as a character name.
Yeah, no. The only way you know what his name is via the subtitles.
Which I had them on, but they never said like who he was. It was like John, and then he would Keanu Reeves would say his line, but then when Zero would talk, it didn't say like Zero, and then
that's
whatever.
Weird because I watched it on Vudu, and it actually did.
Well, so did I.
So you must have missed it.
Probably.
Yeah, they said it at least once.
Okay.
So.
And then we got Asia Kate Dillon, which that's kind of a weird name, is Asia.
Yeah.
But she plays as the
the adjudicator.
Yeah, the adjudicator. Sorry. My brain had a spasm for a second.
See, the only reason I know how to pronounce that is because there's a class called the Adjudicator in Warhammer 40k Dark Tide, the game I play. So I was surprised. Oh, it's the Adjudicator. That's cool. They're here to adjudge. It surely says I'm here to adjudge you.
Yeah.
So.
But then we've got Angelica Houston as the director. And last but not least, I actually wanted to throw this man in as Jason Matzoukas, who plays as the TikTok man. He's the homeless guy that says, "TikTok, Mr. Wick, TikTok."
TikTok, Mr. Wick. TikTok.
He's in a lot of stuff. He's in...
I love him so much.
He's in HBO's Close Enough, which is made by the same creator as regular show, Dan Quinzel.
Yes.
And he was also in season 2 of The Good Place. Have you ever heard of that one?
Yes, I've seen it.
Yes. He's
really good show.
He gets around, and he's pretty. He's really funny.
And I also, because I just saw him too, I also wanted to point out Robin Lloyd Taylor, who is one of the administrators. He's the one that takes the call to actually deconsecrate the the hotel, but he plays as the Penguin on the show Gotham.
Real? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's been a long time since I've only really seen the first season of Gotham.
I need to get back into it.
I need to rewatch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I gotta watch.
Yeah.
I'm watching The Bear right now on Hulu.
Nice. It's a really good show. I heard that because I needed to watch season 3 and 4. I heard that season 3 apparently people fell off on it, and then season 4 isn't that great either. So I'm like, what?
I didn't think so. I think those seasons are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a very uncomfortable show.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is very anxiety inducing. But it's such a good show though.
It's like there's always one episode of every single season that's so chaotic.
Yeah,
so.
like in season 2 where it's the family dinner.
Yeah,
I think it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
No, but yeah, it's very anxiety inducing. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen The Bear. It's on Hulu.
Probably one of the best.
If you have a subscription,
Hulu that FX has probably made on Hulu. So anyway, let's talk about the taglines. Shall we?
I do have taglines for you, Jack.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, I love me some taglines, especially when they're bad.
Yeah. If you want peace, prepare for war. Which is a line from the movie.
Yes,
did you know that the word parabellum is in reference to that though? Which parabellum is prepare for war.
Yeah, Winston says it in the film.
I know.
It's Latin.
Yeah.
For prepare for war.
Yeah, I didn't know that when I first watched this. Because obviously,
how many times have you seen this?
No, when I first watched this in theaters, mind you, when this first came out. This isn't my first time watching this. This is my first rodeo, okay?
How many times have you seen this film?
Probably 6 times.
Oh my god.
Since it's been released. I saw it twice in theaters. And since I own it, I've watched it so many other times. But the other thing about it is that when I heard Winston first say parabellum, I'm like, okay, so it's prepare for war. But then I forgot, and then I Googled it after the movie came out on DVD and stuff, I Googled it, and then it's all like saying in Latin what it is, and it says like, if you want peace, prepare for war. I'm like, oh, okay. So I refreshed my own memory by doing that. Not recently, but like I said, when DVD first came out and I bought it, I didn't remember what parabellum meant. So,
see, I thought it was like something to do with like, because like cerebellum is a thing in your brain. Yeah. So I was like, parabellum, like, where have I heard that before? What is that? I know it's Latin, but like, what does it mean?
It's from John Wick Chapter 3.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, well, it's called. Oh yeah, it's called John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
Let's continue with these taglines, shall we?
Don't hunt what you can't kill.
That is another line for the movie.
Yeah. TikTok, Mr. Wick.
That's a good one, actually.
It is. I love that line so much when he's in the alleyway and he looks at his watch, and then like the guy comes out and he's like, man.
He's talking
like,
crazy.
Yeah, he's talking crazy. But then as soon as he sees John, he goes like, TikTok, Mr. Wick. TikTok. No time to dilly dally. I'm like, dude, it's so great.
That's very good.
Everyone is waiting for John Wick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would have to say so, because like $14 million on your head. Yeah, everybody's waiting for you to come around the corner. It's just like, here's John. Let's go get him. So, on May 17th, every action has consequences.
Yeah.
So this Friday, Wick is back, which I would assume that both of those have to go with the trailer, not the poster. I feel like that the first like 4 are for the posters. It's the world versus Wick, which I actually like that one.
That is a good summation of this film.
Yeah, because no matter where he went in the world, everybody was trying to kill him.
Yeah.
So every action has consequences. I mean, it's the same line from earlier, so...
No, but, like... See, I think, like, as movies, like, have gone on and marketing for movies has improved to, like, beyond just, like, stuff on posters and, like, even just, like, commercials or trailers, like, they, people have, like, understood that taglines are more impactful when they're done well.
Yeah.
And then... Because you can see it from like some of the older movies we've watched, even back in the 90s, where some of these taglines were just lame.
Yeah, they're like, prepare for war, and it's all like, what?
Yeah, it's like, what we just do? We just did...
Independence Day.
I feel like the Independence Day ones were really lame.
Yeah.
Like, either it was either Independence Day or maybe Face Off was really lame, but like I feel like the older the movie is, or like the earlier the movie was made... They like the taglines are either just like made up like afterwards, like re-releases, or it's just like super corny because like marketing team isn't like, how do we make people want to come see this movie? Let's just put up a random tagline, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god,
it's kind of freaking weird.
Once again, I'm looking. Oh, he has to scroll.
Yep.
I'm looking at Devin's notes on the laptop right now, and he has to scroll down. We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we, Devin?
Hyped for this, yes. But I promise I won't make it 2 hours.
I'll give you. I'll let you guys like flip a coin to see who's gonna be talking the most during this review. Spoiler alert: it's Devin.
In the comment section below, how long do you think this episode
please
actually
write a
is?
comment predicting who has the most speaking lines in this pod. Spoiler alert: it's Devin.
Yeah.
I'm spoiling it right now. For all those people who are curiously typing away, you better pause the video. Better pause the pod and be like, oh, I think the question's answered. But too late, you already commented.
Yeah.
It's too late.
So, let's go ahead and jump into John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, shall we?
There's a lot of things that happen in this movie.
I know. That's the reason why I have a ton of notes, is because that, like, literally, a lot happens in, like, literally 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, a lot happens in just a short amount of time.
Oh, man.
And that's why I have a lot of notes. I'm like, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's awesome, that's cool.
Devin was like, literally pausing this movie probably every 10 seconds.
I wasn't, actually. I've seen this movie so many times, I'm just like, yep, fucking just type it away. I love that in the beginning, because the last time that we left John, okay, he was excommunicated from the Continental.
Excommunicado.
And Winston goes like, hey, I give you an hour. Get the hell out of here. And so they're in the due process of like excommunicating him through their system and everything, but it hasn't been opened yet. $14 million on his head. Once it goes live, like now once the movie starts, John is on the run with his dog, and now it's nighttime because before it was like sunset,
yeah,
and now it's nighttime. So literally right after John Wick Chapter 2, John Wick Chapter 3 already like jumps off.
Yeah.
Winston is back at the hotel, okay? And him and Sharon, they are talking in the lobby, and Sharon talks to Winston, and he goes like, do you expect him to make it out? He goes like 15 million, and I have this written down for a very specific reason because I love this line. He says $14 million bounty on his head, and every interested party in the city wants a piece of it. I'd say the odds are about even.
Yeah. Before we continue, like just a minor nitpick that I have about the character who is played by Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
His so obviously it's several different pronunciations of his name.
Yes.
I think that it's pronounced Charon because Charon is it's a reference to the boatman.
Right.
In Greek mythology.
Yeah. You give him coins and then he takes you across the river.
Across the river Styx.
Yeah.
But they pronounce it Caron.
Caron?
Yeah, in this movie,
Well, then I will pronounce it as Karen. Not Karen.
Yeah, Charon.
Charon.
Because there's also Chiron,
right,
in Greek mythology, who is the centaur, who instructs heroes, basically. Right. So they, in the Percy Jackson books, which a bit of a nerd side tangent here.
Yeah.
They make a play on words. It's like, oh, your names sound kind of similar. It's like, no, it's Charon.
Right.
They always spell the word care on. Charon.
Right.
So, but they don't pronounce it like that. And it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. So,
yeah.
It's Caron, I suppose.
Yeah.
But he's great in this.
Oh, yeah.
Lance Reddick is so good.
I loved his character, towards the end of the movie where he's helping John take out the super armored out, high table enforcers.
Yeah. We'll get to that scene when
he's
we talk
great.
About it,
but yeah, and I already talked about, the homeless guy talking about TikTok Mr. Wick.
Yeah, the TikTok man.
So we'll bypass that. But he makes his way to the library because he wants to go there to go and get his secret stash that he has.
Yeah.
Which they have. So Best Buy released a special edition of the John Wick 1, 2, and 3 steelbooks.
Yeah.
Okay. They have it as a collector's edition with the book. So you open up the book and it's just like the book in the movie. Okay. And so it has the steelbooks in it as well as a picture of John and Helen, his wife. So as a cool nod to actually all the stuff that he has in the book.
Does it also have the cross, the obols, and the blood thing?
No, it's just the steelbooks that are inside of it. The steelbooks are
that would have been cool,
different.
Though.
Oh yeah, 100%. That would have been really cool trinkets to have in there. I think that it's kind of just like the book where it has a false inner. The first few pages are actually pages, and then it has a false hole in it to where you can hide stuff in. So, but yeah, I love the fact that he was trying to go to the library, and then he calls a cab, and he is stuck in traffic, and he goes all right, change of plan. Take the dog to the Continental.
Take my dog to the Continental.
Yeah, and gives him his last gold coin, and he's all okay, you got it, Mr. Wick.
It's so...
Which is awesome, the fact that, he doesn't say, where are we going, Mr. Wick? He doesn't say anything. He just goes, where to? And he just goes, yeah, we're going this.
It's a normal cab.
Right.
But,
and then,
nothing is
as
normal.
soon as he presents the coin, he goes, you got it, Mr. Wick. Literally everybody knows him, but they're not supposed to say his name.
They're not, yeah,
apparently.
The world of John Wick is so intricate.
It is. It's very interesting because with each movie, it keeps expanding.
Yeah, 'cause it just seems like it's so weird, especially later in a scene where things are happening that you think a normal person would notice.
Yeah.
But you have to wonder, it's just everybody just can they just not be seen to what's going on? It's
right. Well, I mean,
that happened in John Wick 2 as well.
Yeah.
So
where they were shooting, where him and RZA were it was
some guy
I can't remember his name off the top of my head now.
Yeah, but they were shooting
each other.
pistols
Yeah, in the subway terminal.
Yeah, and it's like, does nobody see this? Like, there's multiple times in this movie where I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Well, like even in the second movie when they were standing across from each other from the fountain and they started shooting at each other, everybody like ran off. So as soon as they both pulled out guns.
Yeah.
So, and like even in later on in this movie where they go to, I wanted to say Colombia, but that's not it. What is it?
Morocco?
Casablanca.
Yeah, they go to Morocco.
Yeah. And they start shooting at the guys that were in the Jeep that were trying to kill him and Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Where all the rest, like the people, they were like running around scattered and scared. So because they were just normal town folk. So
yeah, but it's like in New York City,
right?
Nobody noticed.
Yeah, well, it's New York, so
it's
everything happens in New York.
It's just New York.
Yeah, it's just New York.
But it's like I don't think I'll ever get tired of this. All this stuff will be happening, and I was like, wow, really?
Yeah.
It's like it goes this deep. Like he just keeps showing up to like. I don't think the librarian was in on it though.
No.
At the thing, she was just like.
No, because like you could argue that literally everybody in the world of John Wick is in on it.
Yeah.
That they work for the high table because like, when he goes to the library, he asks the librarian for this Russian folklore, book, and so she goes like, okay, like it's over here, it's on level 2. Also, when I was watching this, I never noticed this before, but like the guy Ernest that he fights, like the big dude,
he's very tall.
He's very tall, but when he's running through, like, and you see everybody like at their desks on either side, you see him like peer up. He's all like, looking out because he sees John, and he goes like, "Wait, what?" And so he's like waiting there, or he's doing something, and then like that's the reason why he's there. Like I didn't see that however many times that I've seen this. I noticed that this time, like I go like, "Wait, was that him?" So I had to like take it back, and then I saw that it was him, and I'm like, that's why he was there. I'm like, maybe he was there like not on purpose, but he just happened to be there.
Happened to be there. Yeah.
So I'm like, that's cool.
You have to wonder, like, you have to think that like, just like anybody who comes across John Wick is like just complete happenstance because there's just
100%.
so many assassins.
Nobody knows where specifically he is.
Yeah,
they
but
just happen to see him.
They immediately recognize him.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's so recognizable.
Yeah,
and then he kills him with a book.
Right.
With
a
book.
Yeah, I mean, literally, he has anything as a weapon. His belt. Later on in the movie, he has his belt as a weapon.
Yeah.
But like, I just think that was awesome having that because like he just comes up and he starts talking about this verse from Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, that was
and then
really cool.
like he gets done, he goes like, Dante, and like he puts up the book and he goes like, are you sure that you want to do this, Ernest? And he goes like, I still have time. He goes like, well, yeah, about 10 minutes, but who's going to know the difference?
Who's going to know the difference? Yeah.
And then he goes like, are you sure that you want to do this? And so I loved when they were fighting and everything that Ernest is grabbing him by the head.
Yeah.
And he shushes him. And he starts slamming him up against the sides.
That was so like on the nose. Like I knew, like I knew, like at some point that because they were in a library, it was either going to be one of them or somebody like a librarian who says shh.
That shushes them.
That's the cliche that whenever somebody's in a library and they're being too loud,
they
always get shushed by the librarian.
But
how did nobody hear them? It's a library.
I know, and it echoes a lot. Wouldn't you have been like, what the hell is happening?
I've been in a couple libraries, and again, they echo.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah, I just think that part was actually really cool of when they're both fighting each other, and then he finally like sticks the book in his mouth, and then like he just slams it into it.
He breaks the
jaw.
And
then he breaks his jaw, literally has his neck propped up against the book, puts it on the table, and then literally holds up his head and slams it back down and breaks his neck. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. And then
it's almost like the writers be like, okay, what ridiculous object are we gonna have Keanu kill somebody with?
Why not the book that he has all of his trinkets in?
Like let's see if we can like work with our fight choreo. I want to know who the fight choreographer is.
Probably Chad Stahelski,
Okay.
but I doubt it though.
Yeah, so like I want him, like maybe Chad Stahelski is like, okay, we're gonna try using a book, and we're gonna expertly craft this scene to see like, okay, how if someone had a book, how could they use it to kill somebody?
Especially where he's over like 6 feet tall. He's probably like 7 foot something.
He's probably 7 feet tall.
Yeah,
he was
so
tall,
it's all like how would you take
Keanu's
out?
not short.
He's not.
Right? He's pretty tall himself.
Yeah,
right?
I think he might be like 6 foot something. I think.
Yeah, he's probably like 6 foot, so he was definitely like 7 feet tall. I was like, yeah, like why is it like always the tallest like freaks are always like, you know, like from some other country, like, you know,
Right.
like there's like some basketball player who is,
I think his name is Jimmy Choi.
No,
right?
no, like not, yeah, him too, but like a current basketball player. He plays.
Shaq.
No, not Shaq.
No, not Shaq?
He doesn't play anymore.
Okay.
People are gonna kill me. I don't know basketball. But
I don't
like
know.
he's
I don't
he's
follow
a really
sports, so I have
good
no idea.
basketball player, and he's from some
You might as well just
Eastern
stop.
European country.
Yeah.
Basically, like I don't know his name off the top of my head, but like he's tall.
Yeah.
Like they're very tall.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's like for some reason, like always the tallest people in the world usually tend to be not from around here. You
Yeah.
know, not American is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Got some real freaks in the world.
Yeah.
Genetic freaks.
Yeah.
So, but
Okay,
yeah,
good.
that was a very cool scene, I think.
Yeah.
But I think just him shushing him was just
Right.
like, are you kidding me?
And then proceeds to slam him up against
on,
like
man.
both sides of the freaking
just whips
shelves.
him around. It's like
That's funny.
John gets like messed
He gets
up.
clobbered in this movie.
He does, like,
But then after that, like he gets stabbed in the shoulder.
yeah.
And then like on his way there, he yeah, because then he goes through the antique shop because some guys are chasing him.
Yeah.
And so they're running after him, and which is awesome because he hears gunshots because like they're shooting the lock and stuff, but he is trying to put together a gun
Yeah, he's
like from antiques.
so he's got this old revolver, probably like 19th century revolver.
Probably.
Like, if I had to guess,
he finds a bullet
It
in
doesn't-
there,
it doesn't
and
fit
it doesn't
in the chamber.
fit in the
So he
chamber.
has to rebuild the gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he takes out like, so he has like a few different guns, and he takes the components of all of them to basically makeshift his own
Which
revolver.
is how guns work.
Right,
Yeah.
like especially back then. Like
Yeah,
that's how
they're
they
supposed to
work.
They must be able to like modify them to be able to fire different
Right.
calibers and be able to work with each other.
Yeah, and so like that to me was like awesome, and the fact that he was under duress because of the fact that you have these few guys that are coming after him, and it's all like okay. Then he hears the gunshots and he goes like, "Ah, shit! I gotta hurry up because they're almost gonna be here."
Yeah.
And as soon as like he like checks the chamber and he goes like, "Okay, click, 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 click," and then click, click, and then he goes like, "Okay, cool, like it's good." And then he puts the bullet in the chamber, spins it, and then the guy opens up the door, literally hip fires,
He
and then
fans
shoots him.
like he fans the hammer, right?
Yeah, I think so. And then he literally just like shoots him right in the head. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fucking awesome. And then just runs out. And then when they're through like the mirrors and stuff, when he's fighting these guys hand to hand, and then he I thought it was funny that he's fighting one guy, and then like they're like gauging each other, and then he looks around John and he goes like, "Oh wait," and then John also realizes what he's
That
looking at, and
they're
then
surrounded by knives,
Yeah,
right?
and
It's
then
like-
and then they start looking around each other, and then start breaking open the cases, start throwing knives at each other, and I'm like, that is awesome. Like they forgot for a second that they're surrounded by weapons.
Do you like of course they of course it's cool they enter in an antique store that has a bunch of knives and racks and stuff
Right.
and old guns because
Yeah.
that's cool, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Rather than just being like an empty warehouse,
Right. Or them not actually using that stuff.
Right, it's like that would have been the biggest letdown if they were in like an antique and just saw a bunch of like stuff on the wall and then just didn't use it.
Right.
But
I
it
think
also
that's
would
what
have
they
been-
also like thought about too, was going like, well, what if we had John run through an antique shop?
Yeah,
And there were old guns and old knives and stuff, and they used them on each other.
yeah.
And it's all like, because like we're not a normal like action movie
And I'm
franchise.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they just went with like the simple knives and like revolvers and stuff
Yeah.
like that instead of like they could have brought him through like a medieval like they had like big swords
with a
or
mace
like a
and
mace.
stuff,
Yeah, like,
yeah.
that would have been
And, like,
really
shields.
that would have been really kind of corny, honestly.
Yeah.
Because then it would have been just like, oh, that's like that would kill any person. But
Well,
like,
it's
a
kind of
knife-
like in the fourth movie where he uses nunchucks. So,
But that was well, yeah, spoiler. I haven't seen the fourth movie yet.
well, you know that he uses nunchucks. So
I
you
guess
don't know
he
how,
doesn't- 'cause he
but
doesn't- yeah, but like that's spoiler. Let's see, what was I gonna say? But yeah, like it's interesting for him to use a knife because knives are hard to use.
yeah,
Effectively, right? It's like so we'd have to have him use a weapon that
is
would
pretty
be
effective.
would be effective for him to use, but also it would be a weapon that's not easy to get a killing blow on.
Oh, yeah.
because with a mace he could have just either just whacked someone, you know.
Oh, yeah.
or it could have
Well, then it would have
whacked
also
himself.
would
It's
have gotten stuck in them too.
yeah, right.
Because
also-
maces aren't that like
yeah, it's also like
easy
really
to like
unwieldy, but
take out.
It would have
of
been.
people,
It's
so.
more interesting to see him do fast actions with a knife
Yeah.
rather than like have a big weapon that just like kills a guy instantly. You know.
Right.
I'm glad that like guys don't die instantly.
Right.
Well,
Kind of.
like I mean, when he gets the guns, like they
Right.
kind of die instantly. Like when they get to Morocco, but like
Yeah.
a lot of these fights kind of drag on a little bit. It's just like, oh man, like he's coming back. You know, he's not dead yet. We gotta kill him. We gotta kill him more. Watch out, John.
Right.
You know. So it's like it's the little things that you like look for in these action sequences that
Yeah.
are just like it's interesting to look at.
Right. I
know?
also really appreciated that the fact that in this scene, when they were throwing knives at each other, that sometimes they would bounce off of them.
Yeah.
Because like not every single throw is going to land blade first.
And again,
it's going to
that's-
hit the handle or it's going to hit the side, so it's not really going to actually like penetrate or cut you. It's just going to bounce off you.
That's
So-
why I kind of despise like characters in fiction that have perfect aim.
Yeah.
You know, like that trope
they know
of like
specifically
the
how to
guys
throw.
that never miss.
Yeah.
Like it's okay when you use it sparingly, but like Hawkeye bores me a lot.
Well, as
Because
a
he-
character,
because
he's
again-
able to actually get bullseyes every single time
Yeah,
without
but
even trying.
he never misses. But like,
Right.
it's not interesting. But like, again, what you said, like the knives glancing off is like
Yeah.
that's realistic. That
Oh, yeah.
would actually happen, and it's not just like some superhuman feat where it's just like, oh, he never misses. You know,
Yeah.
even though he's just a guy.
Right.
You know?
One of my favorite parts in this scene specifically is when John is still on the floor and one of the bad guys throws a knife at him and then he scoots himself back and it almost hits him in the crotch.
Yeah.
Instantly picks it up, throws it right at him, and it hits him right in the chest.
Yeah.
Another one is where he like bashes into a case that's like low to the floor and he grabs like a handful of them
He just
and
starts
he just
chucking
starts
them.
throwing them at one of the guys on the ground. Like that to me was awesome. He's just like
Yeah,
and it's
again,
just like,
like, it's-
oh man, it's so great.
It's like how many knives is he gonna get stuck in this guy? Like
And
how,
then,
how many knives can a guy like walk around with in him and
Yeah.
still like get up? You know,
Right, and especially
again,
the
it's more
last
interesting
guy-
than him just throwing it into a guy's head and then killing him instantly.
Right.
It's like because there's only so many guys, you know.
Right.
Like,
And especially like the last guy where I don't think he was going to get up, but like he was like basically unconscious, but he started waking up. And then because he was fighting two guys with axes.
Yeah.
And obviously like he kills both of them, but then he grabs one of the axes and instantly just throws it and hits him
Tomahawk
right
throw,
in the
Yeah.
temple. I'm like, that's awesome. But after that he goes to like the horse stable and he
Again.
but
God.
and again, he's able to use anything as a weapon. He uses the horses in the stable to like kill a couple of guys
but
by
it's also-
having them kick him.
But again,
in
it's also
the heads
like
and stuff.
it's interesting because they don't like people don't talk about like, have you heard this guy? He said he can use anything as a weapon. It's
Right.
like
you just
like,
know
you're not expecting
you just
it.
know the stigma of him being like, I heard him kill 2 guys in a bar with a pencil. Like that's it. But you don't know how versatile his
like
his weaponry is.
Again, I just that this whole scene in the horse stable just made me like, oh my god, are you kidding me?
But the thing is that like since now ballerina came out, right? In the movie, and this is also in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's in the trailer. But
I don't like to watch it. We had a whole post show about this, Devin.
But when she's training on how to do hand-to-hand combat like John does, she like her teacher asks her like why do you suck, basically, like what is holding you back from actually winning? And she goes like, well, it's because that they're bigger and stronger than me. And so she goes like, do you really think that strength or size matters? No, you do by any means necessary to win the fight. And so that's what John does. He improvises. And so she even tells her, fight like a girl.
Like who would think to like do that? So like for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, like should I like do you want to explain or should I was like he just uses a horse, like he slaps a horse's ass and it just kicks a guy.
Oh yeah, like
and instantly
like
kills him.
Kicks one guy a couple times, grabs
and
another.
He aims the horse.
Oh yeah, he's just like, okay, no, yep, okay, right here, bam, and then so they just kick him right in the head.
If you die to a horse and by a guy making a horse kick you in the head and instantly killing you, you deserve that death.
Oh yeah, 100%. So. But yeah, he gets on a horse and he rides all the way to the theater.
Like he's on really just riding a horse through like the streets of New York.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because like I think in this is like it's like the triad that's chasing him, like typical Chinese assassins.
Yeah.
And then on the motorbike, it's like the Italian mafia that's like chasing him on motorcycles. Right.
I think so.
And then like they're chasing him while he's on the horse, and how they're not able to catch up to him when he's on a horse is beyond me. But like, they crash.
No, they do catch up to him.
They do catch up to him, but like
he ends up shooting one in the head, and then he crashes.
Yeah.
Up against one of the vans, and then he kills the other guy.
Through the back of his helmet, which is like I guess that makes sense, but like.
So
it's definitely like a helmet, motorcycle helmet is not crash proof, but it's probably not bulletproof.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so.
Not at all. But I love the theater scene because we get to know a little bit more of John's backstory of
Doesn't he
where
go
he
to
came from.
What is this before or after he goes to the doctor? We didn't talk about the doctor.
This is after.
After, yeah.
Because like he goes to the doctor after, because he goes to the doctor before going to the antique shop.
Yeah, so he goes after the library before the antique shop.
Yeah, because he gets stabbed in the shoulder, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, and
then he goes to see the doctor, and the doctor goes like, "I can't help you," and he goes like, "I got 10 minutes."
I got
or he goes like 5 minutes, and at the last second, like halfway through stitching his wound. He has to stop, and he goes like, all right. So then he whips around the mirror and he starts doing it himself, and the doc tells him where the pills are, like for the pain. Tells him where the pain meds are, and he goes like, wait, like you got to make it look like that I told you where the pills were.
They're gonna know. They're gonna know.
And he goes like, but you stopped.
I helped you.
Yeah, he goes like, but you stopped at the hour.
Like,
and he goes like, that's not good enough. They're gonna know that I told you where the pills were, and he goes like, all right, where? And the fact that John just instantly goes like, where? He doesn't ask like any other questions. He doesn't go like, well, should I? He just goes like, no, where?
Where?
And he goes like, shoot me right here in the side. And he just goes like, bam,
bam,
shoots him. And he goes like,
wait,
I don't think that's gonna be good enough. You need to shoot me again. And then he goes like, and he goes like, where else?
Well, first it's in his shoulder.
No, first it's in his side.
Really?
And then it's in his shoulder.
I thought it was his side. Well, the shoulder first and then the side. Okay.
No, it was in his side first, and then it was in his shoulder.
Okay. I might argue with the John Wick expert.
I just watched this today. Okay, right before this. No, not right before this. So,
Yeah, because I wanted to cover that because like he gets patched up, so he's not like
Bleeding.
He's like dying.
Yeah.
Well, he's not like dying.
He's
but,
not
like,
dying, but he's messed
very
up.
he's very wounded.
Well,
And it's
especially
like
from the events that happened in 2. Yeah.
It's important for us to know who this character is because like, oh, that makes sense. This is the person that John must go to after every time he's in a mission that he gets hurt, that he goes to get patched up.
Right.
Because I doubt he does it himself. Because like who?
Well,
it's for anybody wondering like, okay, how does John Wick like? Where does he go to get medicine? You know, it's like he can't just go to a hospital
or go get surgery or
right.
whatever.
Like, what if he has a gunshot wound? What does he do? So
Yeah.
like, that answers this question.
Well, especially
Anybody had that
where
question.
we had the doc returning from the second movie, or no, from the first movie, because when John gets messed up from the club scene, he goes back to his room in the Continental, and the doc is there, like working on his shoulder.
I didn't remember that, but like,
because he gets stabbed in the side, and with a bottle, and the doctor's stitching him up, and he goes like, these will help with the pain, or these will help you give energy and stuff. Like your stitches will tear and whatever. So because like he's still working.
But like
whatever.
that was a really tense scene. I feel like because like you have to, because it leads the audience to wonder like, oh, what happens when the hour is up? Is like because it's like a technicality, really. It's like, well, I've already started, but now I can't help you because like, oh, they'll kill me basically. It's like,
right.
It just builds on more of the mechanics of how
they
the
operate.
Universe works and how the table operates basically.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on that scene before we get to like the theater scene because I know it's important.
Yeah. But yeah, getting to the theater scene, this is where we get more backstory on John and like where he was trained, because this is where he was trained on how to do everything that he's able to do. And we find out his real name is Jordani Jovovich.
Yeah.
So
and it's a Belarusian ballet.
Yeah.
I
Well,
believe.
theater,
but like
yeah, but it's like a ballet theater.
They have ballet dancers.
Right. It's a ballet theater.
Yeah.
So, but I love the fact that when he's talking to the director, she goes like, what do you want? And so he presents him like the cross that he has from them, and she goes like, you present this to me like it's an answer, and he goes like I need my ticket torn. She goes like, you bring death to my doorstep and you ask me to honor your ticket? No, you're excommunicated and you've sullied our name. So no, I'm not going to tear your ticket. Get the hell out of my face. And I have it all written down too, where in Russian he's telling her this of going like, I am Jordani Jovovich. I am a child of the Belarus, an orphan of your tribe. You are bound to help me. You are bound, and I am owed.
Moje imię Jordani Jovanovich. Ja dитя Беларуси. Сирота из твоего племени. Ты должна мне помочь. You are bound, and I am owed.
It's like I will serve. I have served, and I will continue to serve.
Right.
Stuff like that. So.
Yeah. And so, especially for him, he goes like, I am owed what you promised me.
Yeah, there's a lot of like payment of like debts.
Yeah.
Like that's a running theme.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because like
movies.
every time that he goes to somewhere new, he has like a debt that he wants to reclaim. And he goes like just to get safe passage to somewhere, being like somebody that is in the high table to then help him.
Which is kind of funny when we get later on to when he goes to meet what's her face, Halle Berry,
excuse me.
And he uses the same thing that D'Antonio used him on the beginning of the
marker.
first, like so we get to see more of that instead of just being like this thing shows up once and then it's never mentioned again.
Yeah,
they could just continue to reiterate mechanics, like I said, of how the Assassin's Guild works, basically.
Right. I loved that, like, after this scene, she goes like, okay, follow me, and then they go down the stairs. And, like, this is where Ballerina is supposed to, like, begin is during the scene when they're on the stairs.
Right.
Because like somebody pointed out that I didn't realize this is that in this scene specifically, they're talking to each other, right? John and the director.
Yeah.
And in Ballerina, he looks up at the second floor level. And that's where Arne de Amis is. So like in Ballerina, he looks up. But in 3, he doesn't look up. He's just looking straight at her.
That. Okay.
So yeah, that's the only thing that they actually retconned, I believe. So, regardless, so I loved their conversation where and like this is a running theme throughout the movie too, is that like John got out once and here he is back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because that's what she says is like, you got out and here you are where you began. And she goes like, for what? A chupashki? Well, being like a puppy. Ew. And so he goes like, it wasn't just a puppy.
Yeah.
So, which I didn't know in Russian the specific, like it wasn't just a puppy was, but like a chupashki is like for a puppy. So I think that's actually like really cool. And then cut to the adjudicator coming in.
Oh yeah.
And visiting everybody, telling everybody that they got to get their affairs in order.
She visits Winston. She visits the Bowery King.
Yeah. So I love their interaction where he goes like, yeah, I didn't help John. Like, what are you talking about? And so she goes like, well, you gave him this pistol and 7 rounds to help him get to somebody that was on the high table.
Yeah.
So being Dino, not Dino.
Santino.
Yeah, Santino.
Santino D'Antonio.
Yeah, that's what it is. She goes to see like the triad or the Yakuza guys at the Japanese
sushi
shop.
stand, yeah.
And love the fact that she's telling him about like, hey, like I require your services. I want you to go and kill John Wick. And he goes like, okay, and he is cutting up a blowfish.
Blowfish, yeah.
And then he gives her the blowfish and goes like, very toxic.
Yeah.
And so she instantly just eats it like it's no big deal. And he goes like, I have served, and I will be of service.
Yes, that's the one.
So
I have served and I will be of service. Yeah.
Yeah. And that that is actually like really cool. Also, the fact that he gives the cat some tuna.
Yeah.
So that's laying there. That was actually pretty cute. Jeez.
It's funny to see how fast people turn when they realize they're dealing with somebody who works for the high table.
Oh yeah, because like he starts talking to her in like, you know, kind of like Asian English a little bit.
Like broken English.
Yeah, like broken English and stuff. And then like when he realizes who she is, like a part of like the high table, and he goes, and so he starts talking to her in specific English.
Yeah.
So, which again is just really interesting to me of the world of John Wick, because like I mentioned earlier with the taxi driver, like he doesn't say anything about him being John Wick up until John presents a coin to him of going like, change the plan, take the dog to the Continental. And he goes like, you got it, Mr. Wick.
Like there are such clear cut rules about how things are meant to go.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to break the rules.
No, not at all. So, but we cut to him getting John's marker. Not his marker, but like his ticket torn.
Yeah.
So
the cross gets taken off the rosary and gets pulled apart, basically.
Yeah. So she tears his ticket, gives the cross to one of the guys.
Oh
one of the goons,
the scene, yeah.
And then heats it up in the fireplace. And then
brands it.
Yeah,
basically.
brands John on the back, because that's where he got the tattoo
and
from.
It wasn't upside down too.
It was upside down.
Cross, yeah.
So she goes like, with this, your ticket is torn and you are no longer a part of the family. So.
And tell me again, you should know this. What is the there's Latin on the back of his tattoo. What's it mean?
I don't remember. I looked it up like forever ago, back when I was like actually getting into John Wick, and because like it was so like awesome. I can't remember, but obviously I can look it up.
I'll look it up real quick if you want to keep talking about John Wick.
So, but another one of my favorite scenes is like when he goes to see Sophia, and she shoots him.
Oh,
and
sorry, it's Fortis Fortuna Adjuvat. It means fortune favors the bold.
oh, there you go. I think that's what all of them have. Is that exact same? Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, they all have that exact same tattoo because it's supposed to be like their tribe, right? So, but we cut to John being in Casablanca or Morocco to see Sophia, who is now the owner of the Continental at Morocco. So.
Sophia, that's her name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, apparently I have cotton mouth or something. It's weird.
You've been talking a lot.
Yes, this is true. This is what happens whenever I talk a lot about John Wick, especially like on the podcast. So,
I bet your lips are dry too. Don't lick them now. Dry ass lip having.
Probably. No, my lips are just generically dry if I'm not hydrated enough. So
yeah, but it's so funny. It's so funny to call out people who have dry lips because like as soon as you mention it, they start licking. It don't lick them now.
Yeah,
you've been caught.
Yeah. But yeah, then
Morocco,
so he starts talking to Sophia about wanting to go and see her ex-boss, being like who was the owner of the Continental before her.
Yeah,
and so she goes like, well, it's kind of a dick. And he goes like, well, I don't care. Like, I have your marker. Let's go and do this, and I will honor your marker. That's all I want. And she goes like, well, what do you want from him? He goes like, I just want to talk.
It's never a talk with you.
It's never just a conversation with you, John. And which is true because this was actually her own fault because they go to see him about asking for like where the guy of the high table is,
where the elder is,
right, where the elder is that is a part of the high table. And so for him, he's all like, well, like, I really like your dog. So so John asks him, he goes like, well, I want to pledge my fealty, I want to know where the elder is. And he goes like, I can't tell you where he is because he doesn't want to be found. He will find you.
Yeah, he's not someone that you find. He's someone who finds you.
Yeah. So he goes like, go to the edge of the desert and look up, and that's where you'll find him.
And which is, by the way, this is the Western Sahara, by the way.
Yeah. And
one of the most hostile environments on the planet.
Oh yeah, like super super hot days, super super cold nights.
Yeah. So like John is in Morocco, which is in Northwest Africa, and he stole a suit and tie and slacks and dress shoes.
Yep.
Because of course it is. I love that they stick with that. By the way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, another side tangent, like it's like they could.
They don't do a wardrobe change.
Never.
Except for
they always
later
keep
on
him in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
And it's like that's. Like, because again, it would just look so weird if he was wearing different clothes.
Yeah.
Because like oftentimes when people go like on the lam, so to speak,
they change their clothes to like non-inconspicuous.
It's like there's so many costume changes in a lot of movies when it, like especially when going to a different country, like you change your clothes entirely. But no, he's wearing the same clothes that he was wearing a couple days ago.
Oh yeah. And they're sopping wet from the rain and dried and like
it's really gross.
Right.
Really gross.
I bet it smells.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't smell good, but like I'm
sweat.
glad that they're sticking to their guns about that. So like, a little side tangent, but like again, it's interesting. It's like something to talk about when it comes to describing the characters. Like, yeah, he doesn't change his clothes.
Yeah, but yeah, so they go to see the ex-boss, and he goes like, well, where can I find him? And he's just like, well, here's the thing. Like he tells him to get to the edge of the desert and then look up, which of course there is no edge of the desert, right?
So like keep walking until you can't walk anymore and then look up.
Yeah. And so he says something about like, I think he says like, once you're on the verge of death, then he'll find you. Or he won't.
Maybe he won't.
Yeah.
Which is just, again, so dumb. Like, and I'm glad that, like, John doesn't take the moment to make, like, a snarky comment to be like, so how can I trust you? Or, like,
right.
Like, so there's no guarantee that it'll even happen. It's like, John gets it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't have to be like I don't think John says very many like snarky things.
He does it.
Very very rarely does he do that.
Yeah.
He mostly just says things very bluntly and matter of fact.
Oh yeah.
He answers questions very straightforwardly. You know, like which is great.
Yeah. I saw this top 10 list of Yaz from the series on TikTok.
From John Wick. He does say yeah a lot.
He does. So it's all like, here's my top 10 list of Yaz from the John Wick franchise.
That is funny.
And so it's just a bunch of clips of him just saying, yeah, like a ton, like in different ways. It's so funny. But then we have the huge gunfight because her boss wants to keep one of the dogs.
And she's like, no
she
way.
goes like, no, like, you're not keeping my dog. And he goes like, well, fortunately, it's either that I take your dog or I kill you. So that's it. And so like he shoots the dog, but like gets the vest.
They're wearing bulletproof vests.
Yeah. And so she hid a gun under the vest.
Yeah.
Because she was like already strapped, right? And John even tells her, don't.
Yeah.
And she goes like, he shot my dog. And
Yeah.
so like so then she takes out the gun and starts shooting him, shoots a bunch of other guys. They clear the area before like leaving, but she goes like he shot my dog, and he goes like, I get it.
Yeah, he I like that little touch there. It's like, I get it.
Right.
Also, the dog, like the dogs get like, whoa.
Oh yeah, they go ham on people. Like right before this, before I talk about it, like he tells her to don't kill him, and she goes like, but he shot my dog. And he goes like, trust me, I get it. And shoots him in the leg.
Shoots him in the leg after like
already like the dog like grabbed onto his crotch. Like it's crazy.
He is done.
Oh yeah, can no longer reproduce.
His family jewels are decimated.
Yep. They're a chew toy. So.
Yes.
But yeah, so they basically had this giant shootout in Morocco at the base and stuff. But yeah, like all of there's only 2 dogs, but they like attack like crazy, and it's great. Loved how they did all of this bunch of stuff, and Halle Berry also trained like Keanu did.
Yeah.
For the movie. Everybody was trained, and I just loved how awesome this scene was, how choreographed it was, because especially where one of the dogs is like she's struggling with a guy on the ground, and like there's a guy that's up top, and so like she's bent over, and so she commands the dog in Arabic to like jump up on her to get the guy up top.
Yeah.
And so she like vaults him over the like ledge, so that way the dog can get the bad guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's really awesome. Like, that's cool.
And I like how it's a nice touch that like the dogs like keep chewing on somebody after.
Oh yeah, like they're like grabbing and like pulling their arm or like their leg and stuff. Also, the fact that like this was also really cool is the fact that like there's like not a truck, but there's something on like blocks or something like that, to where she can like skirt under it. And so at the same time, the dogs jump over and they lunge over 2 guys, and so she kills both of them. And I'm like, that was really cool.
I mean, that's
awesome.
That's how like police dogs actually work. Is that like, they don't necessarily command them to go for like the throwers. They just command them to like immobilize them, and then the cop goes in for the shot.
Yeah. Also, when John is trying to take out like 2 or 3 guys at the same time, and then he like grabs one, flips him onto the ground, and then there's another guy that's on the ground, and so they both point their guns at each other, and then they ran out of ammo.
Yeah.
So then they're all like reloading. So it's him and 2 other guys that they're reloading at the same time, and he just kills both of them because he reloads a lot faster.
Yeah.
It was so great. And then they leave, and then Halle Berry goes to give him the jug of water, and she drinks the water and drinks all of it, and then has like one maybe like gulp left, and so she swishes it around in her mouth and spits it back into the bottle.
I drink that water.
I drink that water. Yep. Hell of a good deal. Would you take that deal? I take that deal. Damn good deal.
Deal or no deal. I'm pressing the red button on that one, Chief.
Yep. Damn good deal.
Big slap.
Yep.
Better get going.
I'll make that deal. How about you, you bitch? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
I also just like again, it's crazy, like the stereo, like there's always a trope in movies that go to like Africa or like a desert setting in particular. It's usually the Sahara Desert, where you just have a guy just walking across the southern dunes, and it's like the way that the day-night cycle shifts is like it's assumed that he was walking all day the whole time through the desert. Is like you'd probably be dead after like an hour, basically.
Probably. Well, it's kind of like have you seen Spaceballs?
Yes.
Good.
Combing the desert.
Good. Because like when they're walking through the desert and then they all pass out from exhaustion.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Especially where it's like the princess, she's like, room service. Because like all of them are wanting different things. So it's funny. Because it's like, I was going to say Star-Lord, but that's not his name. The guy that's basically, which is funny about Spaceballs, side thing here. He's supposed to be like Han Solo.
Yeah.
No, not Han Solo. It's supposed to be like Indiana Jones, because they try to have him dressed like Han Solo, but they're like, you can't have him dressed as Han Solo because it's too close to Star Wars. He goes like, okay, well, we'll have him dressed as Indiana Jones then.
Yeah.
So,
what was I going to say? Are they making a Spaceballs 2?
Yes, they are. I'm excited about it.
I hope it's...
Mel Brooks came out and he goes like, yes, we are officially making Spaceballs 2 the sequel. So
I hope it's not shitty.
I would think it's not. Mel Brooks actually makes a lot of really good movies.
I know he does it like it's just like with sequels or remakes of previously established like cult classic films. When they try to do it in the modern day, it doesn't usually land.
Yeah, the only thing that is going to suck is that they're not going to have John Candy there because he died.
Yeah, that's
so it's going to suck. But they're going to have Bill Pullman come back. They're also going to have, I think his son. Yeah, it's his son that's going to be in it too. So it's going to be awesome. But now we're going back to New York, where the adjudicator goes to the Bowery King to give him his 7 cuts, because she goes like, you gave John 7 bullets, we're going to give you 7 cuts.
Oh yeah.
And because he's not going to pledge his he missed his chance to pledge his fealty to the High Table when they talked the first time.
Yeah. And
so she goes like, well, your time to pledge your fealty is up. So like, we no longer want you to pledge your fealty. And he goes like, well, with all due respect, you get off your fucking high horse and go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And so she then tells him like, oh, well, you're going to get 7 cuts. And so he's like holding a pigeon. He goes like, avert your eyes, my sweet. And then throws the pigeon out.
It's like, hail the king, baby. Long live the king.
Yep.
You know?
And he goes like, long live the king.
Long live the king.
And I was all like, flashbacks to Lion King.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it sounded just like Scar. So
I would have liked to see Lawrence Fishburne as Scar in like the Lion King 2019. Maybe that would have worked because he could pull off that like lion sounding voice acting.
He has a really deep voice, so it could have worked.
Hasn't Lawrence Fishburne done voice acting before?
Yeah. Yes.
What was he?
I don't know.
Okay, it's on the tip of my tongue. Like he was in some movie where he did voice acting, but like he was really good.
Yeah.
He has a good voice.
Yeah.
Even now, like.
Oh yeah. Like he's great. I love him.
He was great in this film or in John Wick 2 as the Bowery King. Very intimidating person.
Yeah. Well, he's also in the 4th one too. So.
Yeah, I know.
We'll see more of him later.
Yeah, but like I was gonna say, like very very intimidating presence on screen. you can tell that like he's someone who's not really supposed to be messed with. And you can tell he's a lot of power. So for him to be like cut down in this scene, and for even Winston to be cut down,
because like the first time that they interact, she tells him that like, well, like your Bowery is basically done, and so like she tells him that like he's going to step down and somebody will replace him, and he goes like, you don't get it, I am the king, I am the Bowery. Every time that you see somebody that you don't want to make eye contact with, that's me. That's who I am. And so she goes like, and he goes like, there is no replacing me, I am the Bowery.
And even Winston sort of like makes that stance as well. It's just like, I'm not going to step down from the running the Continental.
So
because it like you have to like think is like, oh man, Winston, he really sticks to the morals of like he was like he let John Wick go, and so like he must be really serious about this, like he is the one who like said that like like it's not him who consecrated the Continental, but like he sure enforces it. So for him to be like turning on John must have really hurt. But then him to go right back around and says like, no, I think I'm going to stay as the head of the Continental. I don't really want to leave.
So, but
he says it a lot nicer than the Bowery King does.
Right.
No, there will be no replacement for me on the throne, because I am the throne, baby. I am the Bowery!
Have you decided to step down?
I think not.
So, like, it's awesome to see
the duality.
Those two like being stood up against, because you recognize those two characters as very powerful, just from their interactions with John Wick. In the second movie, and then for the third movie them to be challenged in this way shows that whoever is trying to go up against these guys run very tight operations. They must be really even more powerful.
Right.
And we haven't really seen what the adjudicator is really capable of.
No.
In this film, we only get like a little bit of a taste. But the Bowery King gets cut down, and like I honestly thought he died. So.
Because like which
is really sad because like, oh man, they killed Lawrence Fishburne's character.
The Triad basically like go in and they kill everybody in the Bowery.
I thought it was the Yakuza.
I don't know. It's either the Triad or the Yakuza. I think it might be the Kazu. I think it might be the Yakuza.
Japanese.
So it might be the Yakuza, because I have it written down as the Yakuza, but I don't know.
Because I think it was like I don't want to say it was the Triad.
because I think that the Triad is Chinese.
The Triad's Chinese.
And then Yakuza is Japanese.
They were the ones fighting John in the knife antique shop. And the Yakuza are Japanese.
From this point on, it's the Yakuza. But we finally get John seeing the Elder after this, because he finally passes out, and then the Elder's there. Or somebody. So takes him to the Elder. And the fact that like he goes like, well, what do you want? Like, you were out, like why are you doing this? And he goes like, well, I want to live for the memory of my wife.
Because if I die, then like no one's gonna remember her.
Right. And he goes like, okay, well then pledge your fealty, and then you can live your life like you were before, and you will remember your wife. Or you can die and honor your wife and be dead. But then that memory dies. So
in order to pledge your fealty to me, you have to do one task.
And he goes like, well, I will serve.
I have served and I will be of service.
And he goes like, what do you need? And he tells him, well, go back to the Continental and basically kill Winston.
You gotta kill Winston.
So
and at this point again I was like, aw.
Yeah.
Man.
And then he will no longer be excommunicado, and he will be reinstated
under the table.
Under the table. And
which again is a really side note, really cool phrase, under the table. Like they know what they were doing, like because you know a shady deal is under the table. So like it's nice. It would be interesting to the guild is called the Table, right?
So, but he and he cuts off his finger.
which, oh my god, this was such a cool scene.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you know why this is such a cool scene?
Because he doesn't use the hammer that they provided. He just cuts it off.
No. It's because this scene really stuck out to me because it's not a reference, but like they do this in Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, they do.
In Assassin's Creed, in the first game,
the reason why is because that like when they had the hidden blade, it nicks. Well, it like would cut off your ring finger anyway.
Right, but like this was a it was a
nod.
Yeah, but in history, like ancient Arabic assassins.
Yeah,
they would cut off their ring finger, right?
Yeah.
Because that pledges an oath to the Assassins Guild. Because like Ashashin, even the guy who used to run the Continental, I can't remember what his name was, that they killed in Morocco.
Right.
Contemplates about where the word assassin comes from.
Yeah.
And one of the things is Ashashin, which is like it's underneath like this Arabic guy who's like Assassani or something like that. But like they do that in Assassin's Creed too. And there's a funny reference like Altair in the first game loses his ring finger,
right?
Or they haven't cut him off because that's part of the thing. But then in the second game, Ezio, like when Leonardo da Vinci is making the hidden blade for him, like it's like, oh, you
because he redoes it, like he repairs the hidden blade.
Yeah, it's like it appears
like,
there's some sort of ritual that comes with the blade. You must give away your ring finger.
Yeah,
and Ezio gives it out, and it's like, yeah, do it quickly.
Yeah,
and it's like, come on, that's an old ritual. It doesn't need to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I fix it now. You don't have to do that. So, so when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
and it's like they didn't.
And especially in Assassin's Creed Origins, you find out the reason why that happens is because that he takes out the blade and it cuts off his ring finger.
Yes.
So
that was a part. So like that's where that whole tradition came from.
Yeah.
But like it was more prevalent in like the those are the ones I know that like it was in, but like cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I get that reference. I know it wasn't a reference to Assassin's Creed itself. But
right.
Like that's so cool that they did it there and they reused that idea.
Yeah.
Like John Wick's not afraid to like rehash ideas from like other things that like have been used before.
Right.
And like that's cool. More movies should do that. Like just because somebody did it in a certain way doesn't mean that like you can't like do a different version of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like just because someone had an idea doesn't mean like it's off limits forever.
Yeah, and I thought that like because it's been a while since I've seen this, but like I thought that like he cut off his finger and he goes like, okay, and then he has his ring, and then he just like, okay, like here's your gift, here's my finger, and he just goes like, no, he takes off the ring and he gives the elder his ring, and he goes like, I accept your gift. Yeah. And then like I especially think it's funny that like he's looking at it and then he puts it right in his pocket.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he gonna do with it though? Like
so now you have John Wick that doesn't have a ring finger on his left hand.
Yep. And from this point on, he no longer has his finger.
Also, they cauterize it immediately.
Yeah.
So
that way it doesn't bleed out or get infected. So that's cool.
So.
But then we go back to New York now because he's on the subway now. And I
like how they didn't like try to like explain the mechanics of like how did John get to America or back and forth between Africa.
Well, like
and
the other
the
thing
US.
too is that he goes like, okay, well, follow my constituents, and he will like take you to go get a bath and
I'm
and
glad
fresh
they
clothes.
didn't have like an exposition scene that like showed him like getting on a plane and stuff like that, or like him showing like sitting in a plane like looking at something. I hate scenes like that. It just makes the movie drag on. Just skip to it.
Right.
Like there's like he just traveled somewhere. He doesn't have to be a whole big thing of like, oh, how did he do it? It's like, yeah, he just did it. That's not important. You know.
So I think that it was awesome to see him in the all black suit because he also has that in the fourth movie.
Yeah, because they give him a suit.
Yeah,
like
another suit
before he leaves. Just like
so. But yeah, so now he's in New York, and then like he's walking through, and there's a couple of assassins that come up that are going to like kill him because like he hasn't been reinstated yet, because he's still excommunicated, and he is about ready to like fight them, but then they get killed by the Yakuza.
And their body gets they get killed by those are servants of like the elder basically.
No.
Oh, they are? They're not?
No. They're part of Zero's gang. the Yakuza.
Oh, because they want him for himself. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. I was like, is the elder like protecting him as he goes to do his task?
No.
I didn't recognize those guys. So
no, they were a part of Zero's gang of the Yakuza. So,
okay.
But yeah, so he's walking through, and then he sees Zero, and he recognizes him too. And so like, Zero comes walking down the stairs, and they start walking at each other. Zero takes out his knife, John takes out his, and then they're about ready to like lunge at each other, basically.
Yeah, because they're in like Grand Central Station, right?
Yeah, and then like a group of like kids come through,
like hold hands now.
Yep, holding hands, and he goes like, Zero's talking to John, and he goes like, I wouldn't have stopped.
Yeah.
And so
and then
one
like,
one of his guys like just appears right behind him. And
that's
then
Assassin's Creed shit.
Yeah, and then
it's
like
so cool.
as they're like looking at each other, he disappears and
he
he's right behind John.
Next to him, like,
and then John like turns around, like kills him, and he goes like, "Was he with you?" And he goes like, "He was."
How was your trip? Going to the Continental?
He with you?
He was.
He goes like, "He with you?" He goes like, "He was."
But like that, like the way that he just blends, it's so smooth how he just blends into the crowd. It's literally Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
It's like, what if the Assassin's Creed movie that they made was good?
Right. What if it was made better?
Oh my god! We need to talk about that movie at some point because it's bad.
Yeah,
it's really bad. It's really boring.
Thankfully, I have it.
You do have
because again, I had this like thing, especially here on the podcast, where I've talked about like going to go see a movie, super hyped for it, and you really enjoyed it because of the hype that was behind it, because you have rose-colored glasses on, and then you watch it again, and you're like, this movie wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So.
There's definitely been some movies who have been like, yeah, this movie was kind of
like the live action Ghost in the Shell movie. I rewatched that and I'm like, this is fucking garbage. So, but
I don't remember what movie it was that I watched recently that I watched again. I was like, yeah, this kind of sucks.
Yeah,
like I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know I've definitely had that experience as well, where I've seen a movie in theaters and like, oh, this is cool, and it's like, this is not actually that good.
Right. But yeah, so then we get the motorcycle chase scene where he's going back to the Continental.
Right.
Where, because then he runs out and he texts a couple of guys that are around the corner, like, go to the back. And as soon as one of the motorcycle guys is there, John like runs out of the doors and just straight up tackles him, and then he tackles the other guy off the motorcycle, kills them, take the motorcycle, and then we have the bridge scene when they're like where he has the sword and he's just like cutting them and stuff.
What I'm surprised that they didn't do during this scene, which I've actually seen like a clips of like I've seen it like on Idiots in Cars.
Yeah.
But like somebody in a race for like a motorcycle race, like really gets up to like a guy next to him and like reaches over and hits his handbrake and makes him slow down so he wins the race. Like incredibly dangerous. So I was wondering, like, they could have done that in this scene. So I was like, well, like, are they gonna do that? It's like, oh, they didn't do it. Interesting. Because like I could have definitely seen that where you're just like John, like, because they're trying to hit him while they're on motorcycles using like blades. I would have been really cool if John just reached over and like really pulled on his handbrake and just made him like crash, basically.
Nah, that wouldn't have been as cool, I feel like.
I don't know, I think it would have been pretty cool.
Because like one of my favorite things from this scene is like when there's the two guys that are on the motorcycle and he stabs through both of them with the sword. I'm like, that was cool. I'm like, 2 for 1 special, and then they just like tumble over.
Sticking the sword in the wheel also was like, oh my god. This
was such a cool sequence of him just taking out all of these guys on the motorcycles and just leaving the last guy being Zero. And finally gets to the Continental and he like crashes and Zero comes walking up and he's about to like shoot him, but then John like hits the Continental steps.
And I'm like base.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was
thought of. I was all like, base. I'm safe.
I'm
safe. You can't touch me.
It's literally playing a game. And that's what I realized that this whole chase sequence was. It's just a game of tag.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Pretty much.
And it's like,
it was all like, base, I'm safe, you can't touch me.
And then Charon comes out and is like, excuse me, sir. You cannot do that.
Yeah, he goes like, there's no business conducted on continental
But
ground.
he's excommunicado.
He goes like, unless you want to be the same, I suggest you put your gun down.
Yeah, that's a great loophole as well. Because even though John Wick is excommunicado, they still have to follow the rules of the Continental.
Yeah.
Until they don't, of course. But like, yeah, you don't want to kill someone and then just end up in the same position.
Right.
And it's, like, that's so clever. You know?
I love the fact that like he goes like, well, if you will follow me, I'll get the manager and he'll talk to you. Because
like if Caron could have like easily just said go, like you're kicked off, like
right.
If he had just like if he didn't have as much respect for John Wick, he could have just like pushed him, you know.
Well, I'm pretty sure that like he was reinstated. Like he told like
no, he wasn't reinstated until he went and talked into Winston. I don't think, but because Caron respects John Wick.
Yeah.
Like if it was anybody else, he would have been just like, get out.
Right.
You're banned. But like he saved him basically.
Yeah, I do love Zero in this movie of how awkward he is.
We get in and then they sit down in the sofa.
Because John sits down on the left side of the sofa.
Zero
and then Zero looks around and then he just sits literally right next to him,
as close
almost
to him as possible.
On his lap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's awesome.
And then
that's
John
hilarious.
Wick gets up and moves.
Yeah, he moves to the chair, and then he like literally like looks at him from like side eye, and then he just moves over.
It reminds me of two different things. Number one, it's like that meme of like when you're a guy and you're going to the urinal, don't go to the one that's right next to him because that's awkward.
Yeah.
But also, remember that scene in Civil War where Steve's talking to Sharon, and then Bucky and Sam are in the car.
Yeah, and then
Sam's sitting in the
Sam
front
goes
seat.
Like, "Hey, can you?" Oh no, Bucky
goes like,
"Can you move your seat up?"
And he says,
and he goes like, "No," and then he just
Bucky
scoots over.
That's the same vibe I feel like happens in this scene.
Yeah,
like I'm rewatching Civil War, by the way. Very good.
Yeah,
one of the better Marvel movies, I would say.
It's Avengers 2.5. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
But and then Zero just starts professing his love to John. He just goes like,
I'm such a big fan.
Yeah, he just goes like, I'm such a big fan. Like, this is so awesome to me. And he just goes like, so far you haven't disappointed. Like, and I just think that's hilarious that he's fangirling over John Wick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just hilarious. But John finally goes to see Winston. He is told that, like, basically I have to kill you and to be reinstated. And he goes like, Winston goes like, well, if it's between getting shot by you or being killed by the table, I'd rather get shot by a friend. So here's a gun. You can shoot me in the heart. That's what I want. And he gives John the choice of being like, well, you can either live as the Baba Yaga and still remember your wife, or die as the man that your wife fell in love with and that the man that you were.
I think it's die as a man who truly loved his wife or something like that.
So then the adjudicator comes in and she goes like, okay, Winston, are you going to give up your power? And he goes like, I don't think I will. And then
John, are you going to shoot him?
Yeah. And he goes like, I don't think I will either.
No.
And so she goes like, okay, well then in that case, the building is
deconsecrated.
Yeah, deconsecrated. So then they gear up, which is one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
And and then she actually calls like the administration building and is like, hey, can I get administration, please? And it's like, authorization. And it's just like, adjudicator coder like 2917482 whatever. And it's like, hold please. It's like,
and then they grab there's
so much bureaucracy.
Also the fact that the guy was also like a little scared to do it too.
Yeah.
And he just goes like, I can't believe this. Like, this is crazy. Especially since it's been around for like 40 years.
And then they get all the paperwork out.
He's been manager for 40 years, rather.
Yeah.
Winston has. So, because I still need to see the Continental. The show. I still need to watch it.
There's a show?
Yeah, there's a show that's about Winston and the origins of the Continental and stuff. So
much.
There's only 3 episodes, but they're each an hour long. So it's 3 hours.
Okay. So it's like 3 mini movies, basically.
Right.
Okay.
So it's
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's like a mini movie.
I thought
of
it was
the
going to be
Continental.
like a big long series.
No, because that was in production for like ever, and I was like, when is this movie going to come out? Because I remember that, like the show, because I remember that they're going to make a show about the underbelly of John Wick, of how everything operated, how everything ran, like all this bunch of stuff, and it was going to be the Continental. So, but they're making another spin-off movie of Kane from the 4th movie, which you'll have to watch.
That's a spoiler.
So, no, it's not.
Yep.
Nope.
Who's Kane?
Kane's in the 4th movie. I already said that.
You've spoiled me on the name of one of the characters in the 4th movie.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Hey, again.
Hey,
we had a full...
and Star Wars Episode 5 turns out that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. So go fuck yourself.
I've already seen that movie. It's not the same thing, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? Frodo drops the ring in fucking the volcano. And I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
Yes,
and I know that happens.
You should.
I know.
Fellowship of the Ring Extended Edition is over 4 hours long.
I know.
So
yes,
clear your schedule, bud.
I'm well aware of this. I already had this conversation with both Kat and Sam. They both want me to watch the Lord of the Rings movies. They're like, I want to be there when this happens. So
you can get around to it.
It's,
it's a bit of an endeavor. You know, like I definitely watch the Hobbit movies first.
Well, I have. I've seen all of them except for the 5 battles.
You should watch that one.
Yeah, I need to finish that out.
Yeah.
But anyhow, enough about those sucky movies. Let's get back to this masterpiece of an action film.
Oh my goodness.
And especially where they look at each other and John goes like, "Are services still off limits to me?" And he goes like, "Under the circumstances, your privileges are reinstated immediately. What do you need?" And he goes like, "Guns. Lots of guns." And I'm like, "Let's fucking go, man."
Guns. Lots of guns.
Let's go. This shit goes so hard.
The thing is, for me, I hear that line and it's like you get super hyped about it. Like, it's also like Keanu Reeves's deadpan delivery doesn't really hype me up as much.
It
like,
doesn't.
Like
it hypes me up so much. Though.
Like he's just not like very excited about things. You know, the only time that John Wick really got excited was in the first movie, and like people keep saying, asking me if I'm back.
Well,
like,
I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back. Like that's the one time he really gets like pumped up,
emotional.
But like, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, let's, you know, like it was exciting, but I was never like, I was like super hyped about it because again, I just hear voices coming out of Keanu Reeves' mouth and just like, I just want him to have the same energy as him saying "You're breathtaking" on the stage of Evo. Or, not Evo. What's
Cyberpunk?
But like the
it was E3.
E3, that's what it was. Yeah.
How did you forget E3?
Because it's not a thing anymore, Devin.
It's not.
They canceled E3.
They canceled it last year.
E3 is gone now. It's all just Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley, and he sucks.
Yeah. Boo. But yeah, they go down through the lockup.
Yeah, like they go into a
safe.
vault, and it's like...
and it's awesome, because like that used to be a bank. And I'm like, it's so great. But yeah, he goes like... take whatever you want. And he goes like, okay. And so he starts like looking at guns and everything, and he takes out a pistol. And Charon. Yeah, he goes like, "Oh, might have made a suggestion, sir." And I wrote this down, so don't worry. He says the 2011 Combat Master in combination with the 9mm Major. And he goes like, "Okay." And then he also tells him the bullets that he wants to use, which is 125 grain, 1,425 feet per second. Serious business.
High velocity rounds. Yeah.
So,
serious business. Which, as cool as this scene is, as like Charon showing him the guns, it doesn't quite top for me the scene from John Wick 2. Where,
it doesn't.
Like, again, the whole thing of like comparing the guns to like tasting, you know, like food and wine and drink.
It's like, so great,
you know,
and especially where he just goes like,
Nothing can really top
anything,
that scene, though.
Anything else, Mr. Wick? He goes like, dessert. He goes like, dessert. And he brings out the cutlery of knives.
The cutlery.
It's so great. It's such an awesome scene.
But Charon does a good job too, especially since like he joins in on the thing.
Oh, 100%.
I thought
like
I
now
thought
we can actually talk about, because I have this written down with like the high table like shootout 1, because there's 2 different shootouts.
There's 2 waves basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
it's the same wave, but they come out and then they come like they go in and they come back out.
It's kind of like playing Call of Duty Zombies a little bit. So you gotta spend like a little bit before the next wave starts.
Right.
Because
like it's awesome how immediately they try to like take them out, because like Karen also tells him about like, hey, like some things have changed since you've been gone.
Yeah,
he goes like, what has changed? And they go like, well, they've been armored up since the last time you left.
Yeah.
So for this specific reason. So because they knew that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And
they weren't fucking around.
No, like they're fully decked out head to toe, and
with some of the greatest body armor I've ever seen.
Their helmets, like
it's like they're wearing like a full suit of like knight
Kevlar,
armor, basically.
yeah. It's awesome, but yeah, John tries to take them out, and then like he takes them out through the neck, or like opens up their visor and shoots them in the face.
That way, like his bullets like make a guy like bump like go back a little bit. Like he pushes him back with the force of the bullet to push him in like something. I think.
Yeah, I think that it was awesome that like Winston tells Charon to set the mood, and then like he turns off the lights, and then the emergency lights come on, and I'm like, that is awesome.
It's green,
and the fact that
it's like laser tag almost.
Yeah, and the fact that like Winston was having gospel music playing too in the beginning.
Yeah.
So that was also really cool.
And Winston is just down in the vault with the dog, just like
he's just chilling out, and then because Karen goes like they're about to leave, and Winston tells him like, I know that you'll do the Continental proud. He goes like, I'll be back, sir.
Yeah,
he has no issues. He goes like, I'll see you later, bud. All right? This won't take any time at all. I'll see you in a minute.
This whole time you're thinking like, oh, Charon's not gonna like actually do anything. He's just sort of there to help, even though he kind of seems like in on it. Like there's no way that Charon. He's probably just like an attendant. Like he's not like actually an assassin, is he?
Right. No, he's not.
But
he is a bodyguard though, so that's what's awesome. Like, and then like the fact that he also, Winston looks at John, and he goes like, and Jonathan, do what you do best. He goes like, what's that? He goes like, hunt. And then immediately has like this rifle, just click, and then I'm like, let's fucking go.
And you, Jonathan, do what you do best.
What's that?
Hunt.
And that got me so hyped. But then like so John comes out of the elevator first.
Yeah.
And then the Continental Guards come out of like a side door.
Yeah.
Where the employees come out of.
They get absolutely wrecked.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I had that written down too. They get lit
absolutely
up.
destroyed. Like, they have no chance.
They stood no chance. They immediately get lit up. And then like both John and Winston like they leave, but I have this written down too, where it's all like, and again in true John Wick fashion, he takes out like 3 guys, like they're on the floor, and like he's reloading and then takes them all out. Like it's awesome. And then they leave, they come back, and then like John comes down and he goes like, Winston, I need more power. He goes like, I need more firepower. And so Winston just looks at it, he goes like, take your pick. Like he doesn't say anything, but he just goes like, look around. Like what are you talking about? But that to me was hilarious. But then Karen comes back and he's pissed. He takes off his jacket. Like John looks at him and he just goes like, what the fuck? And then so like he takes off his jacket and he grabs a shotgun from the wall, and John goes like, you know what? That's good. So he also takes a shotgun off the wall. And then
with,
Winston,
armor-piercing slugs, basically.
he goes like 12-gauge steel slugs, armor piercing.
Armor piercing.
And so it's all like, oh man, and now he have
something you hear is like straight out of a video game. It's literally like
armor piercing.
They're in the middle of like a PvE game,
yeah,
and they're going back to the upgrade station to like change out their loadouts before the next wave hits. And it's like, how are they allowed to like? First of all, how'd you let John Wick get away?
Right.
Like, he just killed a bunch of guys. How'd you let him get away?
Right.
And then
he maybe killed like 5 guys, 6 guys, something like that.
But like he could not touch you, and you let him get away, and now he comes back, and now he's got a shotgun. It's like, well, this doesn't...
with armor piercing rounds. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, I loved that. Like, whenever John would get a headshot, literally half the guy's head is just gone.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because it's point blank.
Yeah. And especially where he would keep reloading, just like foom, foom. And
the reloads were so crisp.
Yeah, they were really good. And then especially where John ran out of bullets, or he runs out of slugs, and then he like puts in a couple, and then like he blasts the guy in the chest, and he jumps up against the wall. Like, that was awesome. But then he runs out of bullets or slugs.
Then he just throws the shotgun on the ground.
Yeah, which was awesome. But him and a guy are tussling, and then they jump into the pool, and the guy literally kicks John away from him so that he can get his gun out.
And they're firing the guns underwater.
Yeah, and so John knows specifically to do this too. He gets further away from the guy
because the
bullets will travel, but then they'll fall because they can't go that far.
In the water,
So then like he knew how far the velocity was going to be, and then he comes up and like he just starts shooting him some more. So like that to me was actually really interesting. And then John gets up, and then there's a guy that is like about to kill John. Zero kills him, and then he just goes like, nobody kills you but me.
Yeah.
And he goes like, you're gonna die by my sword, and leaves. And then he dives back into the water, grabs a gun, and starts shooting at him. And then of course he gets away. Because you'd think that would be over, but no, he still has Zero to deal with.
Yeah.
And a couple of his goons.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of, he goes upstairs to the mirror room, or the glass room, rather.
Again, another example of a set piece that is just interesting for people to fight in. It has more things for them to do in, and more challenges that face them in order to accomplish their goal of winning the fight. You know,
and then, but yeah, he fights the 2 smaller guys together, and they're basically like kicking him and stuff around. They're taunting him.
I was
like, he falls on the ground, and then they both like help him up, and then like they kick him down again, and then they're like talking in Japanese to each other. And I have it written down that basically like, oh, he's getting slowed. He goes like, well, what did you expect? He's been retired for like 5 years. And especially when they like go to give out their hands, and like he's all like, no, and he just goes like, give me a second, and he goes like hold on. Essentially,
but they're just kind of playing with their food, basically.
Yeah, and so then he like takes off his belt, and now he's getting serious.
Yeah.
So, basically kills both of them, which is easy for him, and then he fights Zero. So,
well, you forget about the cavalcade of glass cases that he was thrown into.
Well, yeah. So, yeah, because originally, like, they kick him into a bunch of glass cases.
Like, I was just like, how many times is John going to get thrown into a breakable surface? Right? Because, like, they also, like, the 2 other guys fight him with karambits as well, which is cool. Like, you know what a karambit is, right? It's like a curved knife, basically. It's like a crescent knife.
Yeah, they spin it around, and then they catch it.
If you play Counter-Strike, you know what that is.
Yeah, like, you keep spinning the knife and stuff. Like, you keep playing around with it.
No. That's a butterfly knife. What I mean
no,
is,
not
like,
this, but yeah, you spin it on your finger.
Yeah, it's like, and then you hold it like this away from you. Yeah, they got karambits. So like, I just thought it was like just so ridiculous. It's like, okay, let's throw Keanu into as many glass cases as we possibly can.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It just keeps happening. It's just like, are you like, seriously? It's like how many times is this gonna keep happening? It's
like... But yeah, so like him and Zero, they fight finally, and Zero is taunted him by going like, "Oh, I expected more from you," and whatever, and blah blah blah. And like Zero would like disappear and stuff, and then John starts doing it, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Again, more like Assassin's Creed shit.
And it's like, holy shit! Like, this is awesome. And like he appears behind him out of the shadows. And then
like
he
it doesn't have to make
jumps
sense
out back. No,
either. It's just cool.
Yeah, and then he does it again, and then he appears right behind him.
Yeah,
like that is awesome. And then stabs him, and he goes like, "Hey John, like that was a pretty cool fight, right?" And he goes like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and it's like, I'll be seeing you.
No, he goes like, "Hold on, John. Like, I'll see you in like
I'll catch up with you.
I'll catch up with you in a minute." And he goes like, "No, you won't."
I straight up said like I said it like just before he said like he's gonna say like, "No, you won't," isn't it? He's like, "No, you won't." It's like
I got it.
And then he just falls over. It's like Of course.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so he finally does that. He goes upstairs because I think it was funny that the now I'm drawing a blank on her name.
The adjudicator?
The adjudicator calls Winston, goes like, "Oh, like, you know, do you think that you can really keep this up?" And he hangs up the phone. But
when he's down in the vault, it's like, I thought that was hilarious as well. It's like,
and so she calls him again, and he goes, so she asks for a parlay.
Parlay?
He goes like, "Parlay would be nice."
Parlay, sure.
And they meet up on the roof, and
Charon and Winston are already there up with her. Yeah. So and then John walks up and is like,
yeah, and so she goes like, "Well, what do you suggest that like you can do?" Because he wants to keep the Continental, and he wants it to be desecrated.
He wants to be reconsecrated.
Right. And so she goes like, "Okay, well, what do you suggest?" And he goes like, "Well, the only thing I can think of," and starts like shooting at John. And John goes like, "What are you doing, Winston?" And he goes like, "Well, the only thing I can do." And he jumps off the roof, falls to the ground, without like hitting the roof, and then hitting the side of the stairwell outside, and then drops onto the dumpster, and then falls to the ground.
He gets fucked up in this film.
Yeah, I think this is the most fucked up that he's been in any of the movies.
Yeah,
but you'll have to see chapter 4 for that. She goes to leave, and so she goes like, "I have a sneaky suspicion about this." Goes to the alleyway, finds out that he's not there. Goes to Winston, goes like, "Well, he's gone." And so he goes like, "Oh, it's such a shame." And so she goes like, "No, you misunderstand.
His body's
not there anymore." And he goes like, "Well, he couldn't have gotten too far." And then turns out that the Bowery King has him now.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Raise a hand if you can hear me, John." And so he holds it up, and he goes like, "Oh shit, they took a finger? Ain't that a bitch?" And he flips him off.
"Raise a hand if you can hear me, John." "Oh shit, they took a finger. Ain't that a bitch?"
Which is funny. And he like comes up to him, and he goes like, "I'm really pissed off. Are you pissed, John? Huh?" And he like looks up, and he goes like, "Yeah,
I am really pissed off." "You pissed, John? Are you?" "Yeah."
And that's the end of John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. And now we have to wait for John Wick Chapter 4 at some point.
Yeah.
So, now we're actually going to talk about what we thought of the movie. So now is going to be our rating of this being a rent, buy, or a skip, being the reason why this is called RBS in the first place. Of course, by now you guys should know rent is like an occasional watch. Buy is like, I love this so much, I'm going to own it. I'm going to put it up on my shelf. I'm going to look at it. And skip is just don't even waste your time. So, because you've never seen this before this, I want to get your thoughts.
It's rent.
I mean, it's all right. Like,
it's a rent.
It's a high rent for me. Again, mostly because it's a part of a franchise And like, if I ever want to like watch the John Wick movies in order again, I'm usually not going to like buy all of them at once, because buying a franchise in full is a bit of a financial endeavor. Not to say that I like the movie, but like, I'd rather just like rent them and then watch them one by one, or watch them on streaming services if it's a franchise, and then just binge them all.
Yeah.
Without having to like pay for them. It's good, but I'm not like a super fan like you. But I will like the John Wick verse is like a lot more complex than I originally thought it was.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who haven't actually seen the John Wick films, who hear about what John Wick is, it's like, man, that just seems like a very violent movie. Like, how interesting could it possibly be? You know, it's like it's just a guy killing a bunch of people the whole movie. It's just Keanu Reeves. Like, how cool could it possibly be? But no, there's actually some like the whole deal of just like, you know, creating a universe around it, because it could have just been like, the story's not very good. It's not very well explained. You know, they could just like have it where it's just a bunch of action seasons sort of tied together without any really like stuff that's going on in the background. They could have made it like that, but no, they went above and beyond, and they actually put it into like the mechanics of what a world would be like if it was run like an assassin in a world run by assassins, basically.
Yeah.
So they went that approach, and that makes it more interesting. And because like if it was just the first movie, John Wick, it would be good, but then it would have been just sort of like, yeah, it's a good action film, but like it's just sort of kind of like a lot of violence in it, and it's like, where could, like, they can't really do much else with it, but they made more of them, so they proved that they could, right? How I compare this to the other John Wicks, I definitely think that I think the second one is still my favorite. Yeah. So far from what I've seen, I mean, they're in terms of I think it's like 2, 3, 1. Like, they're all good. I'm not saying that like one is bad by any sense of this, but like I'm glad that these movies like sort of build off of each other. Right. But for me, like, because I'm not like a super fan of them, they're good, but I'll really only watch them once in a while. It's a good so far it's a good trilogy for me. Yeah. And they're not too long, right? And they don't linger too much on exposition and stuff like that. They don't take too much of like explaining us directly. They show, don't tell, which is the best way to make a film. But I still think it's like a high rent for me. Just because I won't go out of my way to like buy something unless I'm like really, really into like the mechanics. I mean, I might change my mind later on, but like as of right now, since I haven't seen all of them yet, I may watch the fourth one and then watch Ballerina. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like this has changed my whole thing. But like, again, I've also been wrong about certain things. Like, I remember the movie we were talking about where it's like you've seen it in theaters and then like once you see it like on digital or at home, it's not as good anymore. Right. That's how I kind of feel about the Tom Holland Spider-Mans. Yeah. Like, they're just like kind of okay now. Right. Like, they're not as good as when you first saw them, because like Marvel Spider-Man in the MCU was kind of novel at the time. Yeah. But now it's just like, oh,
especially
like,
when it's all like really Spider-Man is first introduced into the MCU. Yeah. So it's all like, oh man, like, this is gonna be awesome. So, but like, I will give it a high rent though. Not quite a buy for me, but it's a high rent. I see how it is. You just hate the movie.
That's not true. That's not what I said. If I hate the movie, it would be a skip.
Yeah, that's true. So of course, for me, if you can't guess already,
I did.
It's a buy.
Would he buy this movie?
I don't know.
He already did. So
I don't know. I'll fuck around, find out.
Kind of answered his own question.
Yeah. So
Mr. John Wick himself.
It's obviously a buy.
Fuck yeah!
So, because I didn't just buy this movie like once on Blu-ray, I bought it 3 times because this is the specific third movie. Yeah. This one has all 3 of them. So, it's awesome. It's great.
So you actually have more. You actually have the fourth one. Do you have the fourth one on Steelbook?
Yeah.
But you didn't put it
Yeah,
up
they're
there.
on my shelf, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You didn't put it up because we're not talking about the fourth one. We're talking about the third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't want you to bitch about it. Like,
hey, I can't see it from here.
Yeah.
And like I can barely see it on the video, so it doesn't matter to me, but like, you know. You do you, sir.
But anyhow, for me, the reason why that is a buy is because of the action sequences are just fucking amazing.
They're great. Yeah, the fight choreography is phenomenal.
The fight choreography, the sets, the set design, like the action is superb. Like it's top notch. And I mean, like it takes place right after the second one, so it's like immediately, like after the second one ends, you can just pick up and watch this immediately right after.
Right.
And like we get more of the world of John Wick, and we get to see somebody that is a part of the high table as well, besides just Antonio.
Another thing that I will say about this film is like another criteria for if a movie is a buy is like I can immediately go to recommend this movie to someone.
Yeah.
The reason that I can't recommend these movies to like everyone is because if you're not a fan of like over the top violence, if like you're a little bit squeamish about seeing blood and violence, then you may not like these movies. So it's kind of hard for me to say like, oh, go watch John Wick, and it's like, but yeah, I don't really like action films like that. Like, isn't it very violent? And it's like, yeah, it's really violent.
Yeah,
like
fuck 'em.
if a movie is a buy for me, if I can sit someone down next to me and watch it all the way through, and be like, it's not have to like, okay, wait, avert your eyes for a second. It's like this part's gonna be a little bit violent, or this is gonna be a little bit, like gross or weird. It's like stuff like that. So like that's the only downside from these movies is that some will consider them to be over the top violence.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like how Deadpool is.
Yeah.
Deadpool was like ridiculously over the top violent.
Well, yeah.
So like if you're not a fan of stuff like that, then I can't exactly recommend this movie to you.
Yeah.
Like, cause like there's safer action movies to watch if you're not like really into like visceral like blood and like headshots left and right and just people getting like dropped every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like
I personally don't mind it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But not every person who is watching an action film will necessarily be able to like get through it like all the way through without being like, okay, I have to take a second. This is a bit much.
Yeah. Well,
it's
like
a lot. There's a lot that's going on.
Yeah. Well, like when Logan came out, there was a couple, because I was working at the movie theater at the time, and this couple walked out like after like 20 minutes, and they're like, "Hey, like, can we get a refund?" I was just like, "Yeah, that's not a problem. Can I just ask why?" They're like, "Oh, it was just a little too violent for us. We got a little girl at home that's about the same age, and we just don't really like seeing that."
And that's a valid criticism. Like,
I was like, "Okay, that's completely fine." And so they're like, "We just didn't realize how graphic it was going to be." I said, "Oh yeah, I understand."
And it's like that's valid though. You can't exactly blame people for like, especially going to see a movie and it being like for Logan specifically, like it's based on the X-Men, and then you go to like R-rated, like again visceral
Wolverine
violence, and it's like that's totally valid for someone to like tap out and be like, yeah, this is a bit too much for me, because I'm a bit desensitized to it because of a lot of video games that I play and stuff like that, and like I'm no stranger to like blood and violence, but like again, not many people would be like, I wouldn't show this to like my mom, or like this is not like John Wick movies are not really necessarily a good date movie. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself.
Oh well, okay, maybe for you, man.
But
you'll get anyone you could possibly get to be able to watch this film. So.
Yeah. Which, speaking of watching this film with me, when this first came out, I did a double feature with my friend. We went and watched this, and then we watched Avengers: Infinity War together.
Oh, really?
So we did a double feature.
Man, that must have been was that during the? Oh yeah, because it was during the summer. That must have been a great summer then.
It was.
Wow.
Like, it was so great because I already watched both of them prior. I was like, dude, we gotta watch this.
Speaking of double features, did you ever do? Did you do Barbenheimer? When it first came? You did Barbenheimer?
Yeah. Me and Grace went to go and do Barbenheimer together.
I kind of regret not doing Barbenheimer because I like both movies, honestly.
Yeah, we watched Oppenheimer first, and then we watched Barbie after. And then because we're like, oh yeah, like, with Oppenheimer, oh yeah, a good palate cleanser of Barbie. And then it just turned into more existential dread.
Oppeny then.
Yeah.
Instead of a Barbenheimer. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, we did that. So I think that's the only time that we've actually done that together. like doing double movies. But yeah, for all of those reasons, I'd give it a buy just because it's such a good action movie.
Also because he's already bought it, so he's legally obligated to say buy it.
I'm biased. So, but anything else on John Wick?
Nope.
Cool. We'll finish it out with suggestive people. I only wanted to do the 1-star reviews.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, because I figured that you were going to say that it was a buy, so go fuck yourself.
You are a living embodiment of a 10-star review, so we don't. Even
I
need
am. This is 2 thumbs up. If I would give it 4, I would give it 4. So,
I think. Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. John Wick 1.
Yes.
That's a buy. If it was just John Wick,
just standalone, yeah.
Just standalone, it's a buy. But
well, you could just watch it by itself.
Since it's a series, though, since one leads into the next one, like pretty seamlessly, I won't buy them all. Yeah. Right. Literally, like it's a literal like I would rent it.
Yeah.
You know, that's my reason. I'm taking the most literal sense.
So, last thing, and then we'll get to suggested people.
Yeah. Sorry.
The timeline between 1 and 2 is like a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then 2 and 3 is like immediate.
Yeah, you told me that after the second.
And then 3 and 4 is like months. It's like a few months.
All right.
So.
That makes sense.
So yeah. But yeah, so we'll get into suggested people here. So what we'll do is that we will take a 1-star review on IMDb, and then we will talk about somebody's review on the movie, and then talk about that as an open discussion. So they're all not that long, which is good.
We got to get back to a movie that absolutely sucks, so we can see a 10-star review for a movie that like is
shitty.
We both think is a skip.
Yeah,
I can't like I kind of want to get back to that, you know.
Yeah. Well, after the summer movies, we'll go back to our usual like bullshit.
Fair.
So, they said that it's boring, dull, and full of stereotypes. Sadly, the third John Wick film has deteriorated into a mindless, plotless, overly violent action scene that lasts for 2 hours. Zero plot, typical anti-male female characters, ridiculous levels of gore beyond what is needed. It's a clear indication that either the population is getting dumber, that we have so many 10 out of 10 reviews for this movie, or people are being paid to post positive reviews. Either way, I do not recommend this movie. If you have an IQ of over 50, as you will, just get bored and walk out like a lot of people did when I watched it. Oh, it's raining outside. I can hear the rain.
Is it actually raining?
It is raining.
Oh man, please don't tell me it's. No, it isn't.
It's not.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear it outside.
Showers in the vicinity.
Yep.
Dang it. But like, okay, here's the thing that I like. Here's a surefire way to like invalidate your review of anything. The minute that you bring up people's IQ, you're cooked. You're done.
Yep, you're done.
Right? You are cooked if you because you know what happened? It's that stupid copy pasta. Like
creepypasta?
No, copy pasta.
Oh, okay.
Like it's that stupid thing several years ago where it's like someone said the phrase that like it was on Twitter or on Reddit or something where it's like really have to have a high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
Oh,
and like,
yeah, it's that.
So as soon as that like started to blow up and people just meme the shit out of it,
yeah.
Like anytime that someone tries to mention people's IQ when talking about a thing, and if you don't like it, you have a low IQ, your review is immediately invalidated for me.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but, yeah, I honestly, like, okay, I will give them this. It doesn't really have that much of a plot. It's just John going from one place to the next, to the next, to the next.
No.
But
it's about the subplot, though.
Right. And so, like, in order to get the plot for the third movie, you kind of have to watch the second movie.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why. And like that I understand of why you would give it a rent is because like, okay, in order to watch the third movie, you have to watch the second movie.
And then if you want to watch the second movie, then you should probably watch the first movie so you know what the hell is going on.
To get more backstory of John.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're just having to go backwards. But like that comes with any franchise though, with any of the Marvel movies, with any of the DC movies, right? Like the Zack Snyderverse.
No, it's worse for the...
Well, yeah, it's worse for the DC movies.
No, it's worse for the Marvel movies. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, to go back and rewatch them. Oh, yeah, 100%.
Oh my god!
That's like a week's worth of chores. So
it's a week's worth, or maybe like 2 weeks.
Right.
So honestly, if you want to get to like all the way up to the current phases of more, like, oh my
yeah,
God.
it's ridiculous.
It's because of all the series you have to watch now. But like,
yeah,
the whole IQ thing and like what the hell were they talking about with like male, like female, male,
like
male
anti-male, female, and like people.
The adjudicator.
So it's
so
like,
you,
like the adjudicator.
Was
this
the this review written by a woman? I don't know. I don't know.
But also Halle Berry. So.
Oh, I guess, but like.
But she hates John. She doesn't hate men. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what they're getting at.
What's this guy talking about? What are they yapping about? Anyway,
yeah,
let's get off this movie.
But yeah, so we're done talking about John Wick. And we're going to spin the wheel for the summer movie blockbusters to see what we're going to talk about next week. So,
and oh boy, do we have some good ones
we
left.
still have some bangers in here, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we got for next week. So we are going to talk about Hobbs and Shaw, which is one of the movies that I wanted to talk about.
Never seen it.
So, which is okay.
Don't forget to remove it from the wheel.
Yep, remove.
There you go.
So, so yeah, next week we're going to talk about Hobbs and Shaw, which has The Rock and Jason Statham, part of the Fast and Furious franchise. So,
are you serious?
You don't have to watch any of the other movies. I
okay,
promise.
Thank you, because like that's even worse. I would say the Fast and Furious movies. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How many of them are there now?
10.
Like 10, or something like that.
With that being 11, with Hobbs and Shaw being 11.
Oh, you're okay. Are you sure that I don't have to watch the other Fast and Furious movies to be able to understand it?
The only thing that you need to realize is that The Rock... Okay, I'll talk about this off camera because this is already 2 hours long.
Yeah, okay, we'll talk about this later.
But
he's going to rest my anxieties.
Yeah,
right now.
With that being said, thank you everybody so much again for tuning in, checking us out. Again, leave a like, leave a comment, share this around, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next week for Hobbs and Shaw. So, bye.
Bye.